Hey guys, welcome back to Wallet Snacks and Fun Facts with your awesome host, Phoebe Ibrahim, myself, Ayodeji Lauren. Hey Phoebe, what's going on, girlfriend?
Hey, what's going on? How are you doing?
Doing great, love. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, we want to talk. Obviously, it's tax season, and so everybody's geared up, getting themselves ready to take care of their taxes. Obviously, you guys know normally taxes would be done by now, right? But of course, those of you who are like the late payers, late tax filers, normally would be asking for extensions and things of that nature at this time. But due to, of course, what we experienced last year, they went ahead and they extended our tax period. So obviously you have the extra month to go ahead and file your taxes and get things taken care of, right, Phoebes?
Yes, yes. Yep. Pretty much every state has been extended to May 15th. Mm-hmm. So gives you guys an extra month. I know Texas, out here in Texas, we were actually because of the winter storm, which is so crazy to say winter storm in Texas, but well, at least in Houston, right?
Right. And it's not just Texas, it's Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma all were affected by the winter storm.
Yeah, the people that were affected by so that they were extended till June, so June 15th.
Yes.
But definitely always check irs.gov for, that information because it's always up to date and it's official.
Yes.
.gov website. Great resource for information when it comes to these types of things, limits, all that kind of good stuff. But
so remind us, what are the limits? Because obviously with people having the extra time to file their taxes, get with their CPAs, get things in, that's great. But they're also thinking, hey, maxing out contributions for my IRAs, getting more money saved into it. So what is our annual contribution into the IRAs?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely for if individuals are under the age of 50, they were able to contribute $6,000 a year for their prior year contribution and the current year that they were contributing in as well. So if they want to catch up for 2020, they can still do that if they desire to put in up to 6,000. And then of course, if you're over 50, they call it the $1,000 catch up, which means catch up. Not the
right.
Not the red stuff. But I'm just being silly, but definitely they can put in a 7,000 if they're over the age of 50. So pretty awesome, definitely something to take advantage of, so that you can have either more tax breaks or more tax-free income, right? Depending on if you're putting it into an individual retirement account that's a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA.
Right. Now, why do you want to catch up, guys? You want to catch up because obviously you want to have enough money saved for retirement. You want to be able to have enough to be able to live off of. So this is the reason why we talk about, putting enough money in, and then of course having that catch up plan. And so for individuals who are like, well, maybe I don't have to, contribute towards last year's tax season, but I definitely want to contribute towards this year's tax season or towards my contributions. 6,000 is basically $500 a month. And I look at that because some people can think 500 a month versus thinking 6,000 for the year, right? You could be able to invest that. So investing that $500 a month at the end of the year will get you 6,000. So let's say you were able and you invested, we're talking about 2020 contributions, guys. You invested like $400 a month throughout the year. So you're shy a little bit. You can actually put an investment in now and have that apply to last year's contributions to actually catch up and have your full 6,000 for 2020, even though we are right now in 2021.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. That was very beautifully said.
Yes.
And it's exciting to save money. I think people, when you think about it, you think sometimes people think 500, that's a big, chunk of my change. Do I really want to save 500? But you really think about, it's $125 a week. We think about how easy is it to just blow $100 a week,
Super easy. I mean, I think it's interesting. I was actually speaking with someone earlier today, and I said, lately, the numbers that I get when I say, how much do you think the average family blows, a month or a week? And we used to get numbers like, 100 a week. So it's like 400 a month. And I'm hearing 300 a week, 500 a week, and it's blowing my mind. And I'm like, if you can spend that a week and you're just blowing it, have no clue where it's going, couldn't you use a portion of that to help you get ahead?
Right, right. I know that's one of my philosophies, right? If you can save it, right? I mean, well, if you can spend it, you can save it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should I really be investing in this that I'm buying right now? And for me, the answer is yes. If I know if I'm purchasing, let's say I'm purchasing something that's $100, and I know that I have $100 that I could also save, then the investment is okay. It's justifiable. Like if I can save it, then I can spend it. If I
Right.
can spend, $6 or $7 on a cup of coffee, and then I should be able to save also that $6 or $7 as well. So I think that's something that I've always lived by, and it's really helped me in my life. But it is just so easy to just spend money. So I think putting your priorities in place is so important, just like you said.
So important.
And one
And
of the things that you had mentioned is, I mean, talking about IRAs, a lot of times people think, well, I don't really need to do an IRA because, I'm already investing in my company's 401k or my company sponsored plan, and so you want to think about why is it important for people to also look at something outside of their company sponsored plans?
So why it's important to look for something outside of your employer sponsored plans is this. Obviously, with your employer sponsored plans, that is actually being funded with pre-tax dollars. So when it's time to actually pull money out of those plans, the money is actually now taxable at that time. Versus if you have it outside and you have it in like a Roth IRA, now that money is actually being funded with after-tax dollars. So that actually grows tax deferred. And when it's time to take, it's actually going to be tax free. So the question is, how much of your money do you want to be taxable at retirement? Do you want all of your money taxable at retirement? Or do you not want all of it taxable at retirement? Because if it's only in a 401k, it's
The
all.
better.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I was saying, yeah, the more tax-free income, the better at retirement, right?
The better.
Yeah.
Yes. And if all of it's in your 401k, it's all going to be taxable. So you definitely want to have that so you can just have a little bit of diversity when it comes to your funding and knowing that you're going to actually have some money that doesn't have to be taxed. It's the difference of saying, oh, my account balance says 300,000 and actually being able to be pulling from 300,000 versus, well, it says 300,000, but none of it's been taxed yet. So it's not really what it is. Make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
That money's never been taxed before. So it's going to be
Yes.
taxed at some point, right? Uncle Sam want to get his money.
Want to get his money. And then another benefit, guys, is if you do have an IRA set up outside of work, and let's say you've changed careers, you left your job, or heaven forbid, you were terminated from your job, you can now roll over that money and you can roll it over into your IRA. Now, whether or not you take a tax hit and put it in a Roth, or whether you have a traditional outside of it, then that money is actually going to roll over into an account that's now yours versus leaving it at your job, or you can roll it to your new job. If you go to a new place, they have it, you can definitely do that. But a lot of times people want to just roll it over into an individual account. So those are the options. You have a few options when it comes to that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think another key point too is, a lot of times, what a person is putting into their 401k, unfortunately these days is just not enough, right? So it is so important to have an IRA outside of the 401k that they can contribute to, that will add additional retirement income to what they're already contributing to in their company sponsored plan outside of a match, right? So
Mhm.
always encourage the match, right? Your company's offering you free money, hey, go ahead and take it, because nobody's doing that.
Right. And so what she means, guys, is if they say they'll match dollar for dollar up to a certain percent, you do up to that percent. So 6%, then you do 6%. If that's what you choose to do, you do up to the match. And then of course, anything, let's say you wanted to do 10%, into it, but they only match 6. That means that extra 4%, do it in your IRA. That right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So definitely some great tips on contributing and maximizing your tax benefits for the year, for the year of 2020, and that's what we really wanted you guys to be aware of, is just, hey, if you're thinking about, it's not too late. You can always still contribute. The tax deadline hasn't come, and so the opportunity is still there to maximize those take advantage of those benefits.
Contributions. That's right. So you guys have an extra month. Those of you in Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Texas, you actually have a little bit longer. So definitely take advantage. And of course, if you have any questions, anything you want to know, feel free to reach out to us here on Wallet Stacks and Fun Facts. You can comment in the comment section. You can email us, and you can find Phoebe on Instagram and Facebook. You can also find myself, Ayodeji, on Instagram and Facebook. We'll definitely be more than willing to answer questions that you have. And if there is a topic that you want us to go over, maybe something we've gone over before, you need us to expound upon, or something we haven't even tackled yet, and you really want to know about it, send in that feedback. We'll love to hear it, and we'll love to go ahead and talk about it. So, hey, snackers, we appreciate your time all the time. Thieves.
Yes, absolutely. As always, you guys have a fantastic rest of the week, and we look forward to connecting with you next time.
Bye.